What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of the BrandonJaneauShow. As you know, I am Brandon Janeau. Like all podcast platforms everywhere, it is the Brandon Janeau Show, YouTube channel, Brandon Janeau Show, and social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, Brandon Janeau Show, except on X, which is Brandon B. Janeau 31. So if you want to be on there, I don't really post anything, but I eventually will. Just don't know when. um, but yeah, Brandon Janeau Show. Um, let's get into it. So tonight is, of course, the second episode, but technically a season debut of I Bleed Purple and Gold. Well, right now I don't want to, but yeah, I bleed purple and gold. I don't really want to right now because LSU just got their ass beat. But welcome to this episode. Yeah, I am not happy about this at all. Um, so they lost to Florida State just a moment ago. 45 to 24 was the final score. Florida State won. Um, LSU, man, I kind of felt that we was gonna lose this game. Um, I just knew we were. First game is too shaky. Um, we're in Florida State's backyard, which is another thing, which you know is a terrible situation. I said in the first episode of this podcast actually series, this first podcast series episode, I said that I could see us losing game one and then probably somehow some way wake up and do better later on in the season. But oh man, I didn't know how small the fucking secondary was. Lord jeez, that shit is scary small. Like, but let's get into it, man. The first half of the game was going as planned for LSU. Uh, the first drop was actually really good. They actually drove down the field right out the gate, and then they just got stopped. They pretty much offensive line play. When you have literally the Florida State defense literally say that the right side of the damn offensive line can't really block, and they are terrible. We can just continue to go at them. That's a fucking bad situation. This is just a chaos. This is literally, um, you know, cause and effect. The defense put up as much as they could in the early half of the game. Florida State really was moving the ball, but you could tell they couldn't even get into a rhythm sometimes with their offense in the first half. And then, like I say all the time, like if your offense is not doing what they need to do, then your defense is pretty much subject to getting destroyed. And that's exactly what happened in this game. The first half is the first half, but you could tell Florida State was starting to catch their momentum, get their rhythm in the end of the first half. And then second half comes. I kind of felt like LSU drove perfect at the end of the first half and just couldn't get into the end zone. There was a couple of bad plays by Jaden Daniels. He looked so goddamn unsure of who he was trying, what he was trying to do tonight. I don't know if he just doesn't trust the receivers or what the fuck it was, but it was a bad fucking game. It was a really bad game. We left a lot of plays on the field early in that game, especially when we were trying to score touchdowns early. The first drive, like I said, we went for it on fourth down and go. I get it why we wouldn't, but it was just a stupid decision because Florida State pretty much had that fucking quarterback draw shit scouted for most of the play. Every time they got down there, they knew at some point Jaden Daniels was going to get the ball and he was going to run it. So for me personally, I get it, but what I would have done is just kick the fucking field goal. Like I would have just kicked it right out the gate, get 3 points. If you believe in your defense, you think your defense can do something, just get the points. Uh, this was a terrible game for Brian Kelly. He got out coached easily in this game. It was a terrible game. Defensively, first half was good. Second half, it was just they were tired. They got outplayed. They got outran. Like I said, the receiving core of Florida State really woke up and really started to just dominate the secondary of LSU. The cornerbacks just that secondary is small as shit. That is. I'm sorry, I gotta continue to talk about it, but that is a small ass secondary. When your best cornerback is 22, that is a fucking problem. He got a pick today, but it was also like, dude, you got burnt for most of the fucking game. Just a guy that was just a little bit taller than you. He kept mossing you. He just kept fucking you over. It was just, It was bad. The field condition was also bad. It kept slipping. It wasn't just Florida LSU, it was Florida State too. It kept slipping on the field. But it was a bad game for LSU. First half, yeah, went according to plan, but offensively, I had problems with it. I just felt like they left too many points and too many plays on the field. And then in the second half, Florida State just rolled us. It was just an easy fucking roll. When we couldn't score in that second half possession, Florida State scored, and then we got the ball. We couldn't even do shit with it. It was just like, oh man, this is not good. And here's the thing: the defense came out in the second half. Florida State rolled down the field, and they got a field goal. They stopped them, and they still could not. LSU's offense just could not win. Um, the receivers was dropping passes. It was just a lot of bad shit going on for LSU this game. What do I expect for LSU? Like I said, I did not expect LSU to kind of win this game. I didn't at all. I actually expected Florida State to beat us. Because I'm like they're in Florida. They're in Florida. It's Florida State's backyard. I'll be surprised if LSU would keep it. I thought it'd be a close game. It wasn't. It was a blowout in the second half. But because they didn't show up last year. The only reason why they played as good as they played late last year was because they were at home. It was in New Orleans. This game was completely fucking different. It was in Florida. Excuse me. You couldn't take advantage of the fact that in the first half you kind of rode them. They didn't have a lot of plays in LSU territory. Second half, that shit completely flipped, and it was like I thought it would be. It was just a really bad game. Now, what do I think of the season going forward for LSU? They lost this game, and now they have to get their shit together immediately. They have to make a turnaround immediately, and I don't know if this team is ready for that. That offensive line is not as good as it was last year. They can't really hold anything. The receiving core, outside of number 8 on the team, you really don't have anything. They muffed the punt again tonight, which they need to figure out who the fuck the punt returner is because that is the worst goddamn decision. They put number 1 out there. Number 80 caught the ball, punt return. First time they did a punt, Florida State did. And then they put number 1 out there and he fumbled the fucking ball. It's like he's too small. He's not Trenton Holiday. This is not Trenton Holiday. You won't catch the ball and just take off. You can't do that shit anymore. Put a fucking big dude out there. Let him catch the ball. Fed catch it, which is another thing I had a problem with LSU. Just let the fucking ball go. You're not gonna get it and run. You already called fair catch. What the fuck else can you do? You're not gonna get it and run. So just let the fucking ball just go behind you if that's what you think is gonna happen. It was just a bad situation. Yeah, I'm not surprised we lost. I'm not surprised that we got blown out a little bit, but it is what it is. When you watch the game fully, you could tell like they were unsure offensively. They were super unsure offensively. They didn't know what the fuck to do. I think the running game, which we did enough to get the running game going, but I think that running game, I think they trusted that Jaden Daniels was going to get some running game going for him, and they just 100% muffed it. I think they put too much on this kid, like I said they would, and I said this is why I kept saying I don't know if he's ready to be that guy. There's a reason for why Arizona State let him just go into the transfer portal. It's like he's not that guy. You can't just give him the team and say go win the game for us. That's not what the fuck he is. He's not that guy. He needs a running game. He needs his receivers to fucking catch passes. Like these dudes was dropping passes left and fucking right. Lacey was just he called one great play, one ball that was an amazing play, got us down the field, got us that first touchdown. That was awesome. The problem with that was he didn't catch shit after that. He just literally was dropping shit left and right. Like I said, and also Florida State was dropping a lot of shit in the first half. But like I said, they completely flipped. They were dropping passes in the first half. We were dropping passes in the second half. It was just a bad fucking game for us. It didn't even. It wasn't a good game, man. It just wasn't a good game. First half, there's a lot to be taken away from it. Defensively, we really rattled Florida State defensively in that first half. But then when it came to the second half, the LSU Tigers defense just got tired. We got tired. We got tired fast. We got especially when the offense is getting long third downs and then they getting 3 and outs. Is like Florida State was starting to do what we were doing to them in the first half. In the second half, defensively, it was just a different team, man. Um, Next week we got Grambling, which will be in LSU. I think the following week after that, I think we play against. Mississippi State, I think. So all in all, man, LSU, man, yeah, this first game was kind of what I expected. I don't know what LSU was going to be going forward. I think this is what they needed. They needed to lose. I think they needed to lose a game early. Like I said, this is why I don't have high expectations for LSU. When they have high expectations, I don't like when they have high expectations because they come out and they do games like this where they just completely shit the bed early. So I'm not surprised that they lost this game at all. I actually expected them to lose this game. I thought they'll lose either this one or the Alabama game, but I thought the Alabama game was a little late in the season to lose. I'm happy they lost this game. I actually am happy. I actually think it was a better takeaway because now they know what the fuck they need to do to get better. All of the shit you did wrong, everything you did in the first half that was right, figure that out. Do that for both halves. Like I said, we got Grambling next week. We're gonna roll Grambling next week, but after that, when we play against Mississippi State, I think is the SEC opener. I think is in Mississippi State. We have to play our ass off in that game. So yeah, I think LSU, like I said, this is why I hate when they have high expectations because they just shit the fucking bed. Do I think LSU's done for the rest of their season? Fuck no. We got too many games where we could make up what the fuck just happened. The problem with that is Florida State now has the advantage in the college playoff rankings. And here's the problem. Here's the crazy part. If we can actually roll through the schedule now, and Florida State rolls through the ACC, we probably meet up again. So I don't know, man. But yeah, I'm not too surprised about this game at all. Not even close. So yeah. So congratulations, Florida State, LSU. You got a lot of fucking work to do. And this is the first I played the Purple and Go episode. Wish it was better. Like, wish it was more to talk about, but it is what it is. Until then, I am Brandon Janeau. Peace.